Hello everyone, it's Laura Jane. Thank you for joining me today. I have a new packet of goodies from Altenew. The first thing I have is the Paint a Flower Iris. So we have two new outline images to paint in this set with a couple of other sentiments. Next we have the Watercolor Essentials set, which are 12 half pans. I really enjoyed working with these. Comes with a nice water brush. And then here are these half pans. Those pans can be removed from the tin very easily, and they pop back in. Next, we have an A2 sized watercolor paper set, which are 24 loose sheets. So these are pre-cut. It's fabulous. These sheets are 50% cotton, cold pressed. The texture on this set is a nice smooth texture, something very similar to the what we're used to with the Nina Solar White. And here I'm comparing the watercolor to the Strathmore watercolor paper. That is 140 pound. And then this next one is the Arches watercolor paper. So you can see how nice bright and white that is. And the last one I'm showing you is the Canson XL watercolor paper. So I think this pre-cut paper is brighter than all of those. The next item I have is the Watercolor Paper Pad. It is 9 by 12 in inches. There are 12 sheets, and it is 100% cotton, and it has a lovely tooth to it on both sides. And here I'm showing you that the pre-cut piece and the actual paper pad itself has that same nice bright white. So once again, we have 100% cotton paper pad and 50% cotton pre-cut paper. Oh, let's get started into the project I've got for you today. I'm using the Paint a Flower Iris. I'm stamping the largest image with Warm Sunshine onto the 100% cotton paper. And then I'm stamping it again on the 50% cotton paper. And then finally on just some scratch paper, which is my printer paper. Then I'm cutting the printer paper out, so I have several masks. And then I wanted to stamp the smaller image from the Paint a Flower Iris onto each one of the new watercolor papers. I was curious to see how the essential watercolors worked on each of the papers. So I stamped identical images, and now I'm going to be painting side by side using the wet on wet technique. As you can see, the water does move differently on each of the papers. I believe it's due to the one has the tooth, the texture, and then the 50% is smooth. I did swatch these colors before working with this project, and I'm glad I did, because this really helped me know which color I'm working with in this video, since I didn't have my hands showing. They're quite cut off here, I'm sorry, but the first color I'm using is Deep Iris, and it's very watered down on my palette. I really appreciate how many variations of color you can get from the one pan by just adding more or less water. I'm still using that first color on each of the petals, and the color changes according to how much water you put into it. The second color I'm using on the lower iris is Persian blue, and mixed with just a little bit of the deep iris, get just a really just a bright, I love that bright purple. They remind me of the irises that grow outside my craft room window. The essential watercolors that I end up using for this project are the deep iris, Persian blue, puffy heart, rubellite, a little hint of the crimson, warm sunshine, citrus burst, forest glades, a lagoon, and emerald. Oh, even paper bag. So I guess I use everything but the jet black. I will turn up the music here and you can watch the rest of this come together. I took several days watercoloring them, allowing some dry time in between, so we'd have some good definition with those petals. I am just fascinated with how pretty these turned out. I hope you find this video relaxing, and we'll see you at the other side. I really enjoyed working with the Essentials watercolor set. This 12 half pan set has vibrant colors. They were fun to play with. Thank you, Altenew, for sending them to me. This video is part of the blog hop celebrating the new Paint a Flower Iris release, as well as all 3 of the watercolor products that I shared today. I was thrilled with both of these projects. I think each of them has their own little spots that are just areas that I love, and then other areas that I'm not so much a fan of. But altogether, I would highly recommend both papers. The 100% cotton has that fine art look to it, and then the 50% cotton, love the smooth texture and the way the color just glides onto that. So I have a link in the description box below that will take you to my blog and the rest of the hop. I thank you for spending time with me, and wishing you well. Enjoy the people that are around you. Hug your family. We're all in this together. We'll see you on the other side. Bye.